It's a WRAL weather alert day with rain impacting the evening commute. I'll talk more about how much rain we could see and what to expect into this weekend.
And measles case at RDU, the warning from health leaders after they found out a traveler made their way through the airport with the virus. And the cost of the holidays, how inflation is affecting people this year, and what you need to know as you finish up your shopping. A lot of people still working to get those last minute gifts. We have those important deadlines for you coming up in this hour. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Michelle McConaughey, and I am joined by meteorologist Grant Skinner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, talking about the weather on this weather alert day, that rain that we're going to see later tonight.
That's right. Already seeing some rain back to the south and west, mainly towards the Gulf Coast states, now working its way into Tennessee now. The main cold fronts back to the north and west, closer to Missouri, Illinois, those areas, seeing a lot of rain with that as well. The cold front will eventually swing through late today and into early Friday. That'll bring us our highest rain chance. We're already going to see some very spotty showers this morning before a higher rain chance late today. From Durham right now, seeing a lot of increased cloud cover there ahead of this front making its way through and ahead of the rain chances. Again, it's a WRAL weather alert day because the rain will impact your evening commute, and then we'll see even more rain late today and early tomorrow. Temperatures start in the 30s and 40s, so still a chilly start. 38 in Raleigh, 32 in Roxborough, 42 in Fayetteville, close to freezing in South Hill at 33 degrees. Southern Pines is sitting at 41 degrees this morning. This afternoon we'll reach the 50s and 60s. Some spots can reach the mid 60s to the south. I'll let you know how our temperatures will change behind this front. It won't be that much of a change and what to expect heading into Christmas week. That's coming up.
Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. Right now, the situation on that northern loop of the Beltline beginning to clear up just a little bit. There was a crash not far from this I-440 New Bern Avenue exit, but you can see traffic is beginning to move along rather nicely at this time. That southern loop of the Beltline still seeing a little bit of jam session going on. Those are the westbound lanes moving away from us this morning. As we widen out the view to take a look at some of the other major routes coming in to the Raleigh-Wake County area, we're seeing that little bit of a slowdown on that southern loop of the Beltline between South Saunders Street and Gorman Street. But once you get past the Gorman Street exit, it's clear sailing all the way to Cary and all points west. You're just looking at a 9-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest. I do have a traffic alert to tell you about right now. We just got this from Chapel Hill Police telling us that West Rosemary Street is closed between Church Street and Mitchell Lane because of a water main break. If this is part of your morning commute, you live in that area, you want to avoid Rosemary Street between Church Street and Mitchell Lane at this hour. We'll keep an eye on that and let you know when that could be repaired and Rosemary Street reopens.
All right, thank you, Ken. A live look at RDU this morning as the airport is getting ready for a busy travel weekend. The holiday rush is also coming as health leaders are warning people who were at RDU last week. Yesterday, we learned that a passenger with measles came through Terminal 2 back on December 10th, sometime between 4 and 8 in the morning. The Department of Health and Human Services says anyone who may have crossed paths with the infected traveler could have been exposed. Dr. David Wall with UNC's Division of Infectious Diseases says there is a rise in cases as vaccine rates decline.
We have an outbreak right now on our border with South Carolina. It's not just this person in transit. This is a person we know about. How many people have transited the airport, train station, buses, supermarkets, who we don't know about?
If you think that you are in contact with that infected person, you are being asked to monitor yourself until January 1st. And if you think you are infected, do not leave your house unless you are getting medical help. And even then, contact your healthcare provider first. A list of measles symptoms can be found on this story on WRAL.com. And still ahead in about 10 minutes, TSA is preparing for millions of travelers over the next week. What you should know before heading out the door for your flight this weekend. Well, we are 1 week away from Christmas, and as you finish up any last-minute shopping, you may feel like you're paying a lot more. Today, we'll get new data just how much inflation will hit your wallet. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey live outside the Target on Six Forks Road in Raleigh for us this morning. And Kelsey, tariffs may be putting a pinch on holiday gift buying this year.
Yes, Michelle, this key inflation report we're expecting to see should be released here within the next 30 minutes. And we're expecting that this will give us insight into how inflation is impacting the prices that we pay this holiday season, whether you're buying some last minute Christmas gifts like toys from Target, for example, or maybe you're shopping for ingredients for your family's Christmas meal, you may be paying more money. So prices for food items like beef, chicken breast, and bacon have gone up since last year. The average price of orange juice has gone up more than $1. This, according to data collected by NBC News. Economists are expecting inflation will stay about the same, around 3%. Duke economist Connell Fullenkamp says tariffs are impacting the price of toys this Christmas, but those tariffs could be gone in the next few months if the Trump administration removes them or the Supreme Court blocks them.
Some people are suggesting that you might be better off by putting off some of those purchases, especially things like toys that are very popular at Christmas, because some of those tariffs that have been put on a lot of these products that we import might actually be removed.
We track prices at local stores every week. So if you want to find the best prices at grocery stores across the Triangle, head to WRAL.com and search Grocery Tracker. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And happening now in the WRAL Live Center, stock futures remaining in positive territory ahead of that key inflation report that Kelsey just mentioned. If you take a look at the big board, the S&P, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ all on the plus side. And that green on this big board is a good sign after a rough closing session yesterday. The Dow and S&P fell for a fourth straight day, while the NASDAQ dropped nearly 2%. We'll tell you about that key inflation report as soon as it drops in the next 25 minutes or so. And, of course, we'll have a look at the opening numbers in our 9 o'clock hour over on Fox 50.
All right, thank you, Ken. While you finish up your shopping, time is running out to make sure those gifts get to your loved ones on time. WRAL's Ali Calabar live outside the Avon Ferry Post Office in Raleigh. And Ali, the deadlines for getting presents under the tree in time are quickly approaching.
Yes, Michelle, it's time to stop procrastinating. And whether you're mailing a package or ordering online, time is running up. Now, for USPS customers or for USPS, the ground shipping deadline, it has passed. But if you want to use priority mail service, you have until today. Today is the last day to do it, and until December 20th for Priority Mail Express. USPS says they've prepared all year to make sure your packages get to your loved one by Christmas. The Postal Service even ramped up the number of packages they can handle per day by more than 20 million.
Our network can also handle 88 million packages across the country per day, which is actually an increase from 60 million just last year. Those investments that we've made in our network are really paying off in speed and efficiency.
Now, Amazon Prime shoppers, listen up. You have until December 22nd. Non-Prime customers' deadline passed, but you can order by the 20th with expedited shipping. Walmart's next day delivery cutoff is 12:30 p.m. on December 23rd, and Target recommends today, December 18th, for standard shipping and the 22nd for premium. Now, UPS 3-day domestic shipping deadline, it's tomorrow. FedEx Express is Saturday. We have a full list of all those shipping deadlines on WRAL.com. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
Happening today, Durham educators will meet with the school board to push for policy changes. The Durham Association of Educators says they plan to address policies for raising grievances, bereavement leave, and pay. Today's meeting is part of a new district policy to meet with teachers and staff about ways to improve conditions. The Durham Association of Educators will hold a news conference at 5 p.m. just before meeting with the board. A live look at Capitol Hill this morning, where members of the U.S. House have narrowly passed a Republican health care package. A Senate vote is not expected until after the holidays. This bill is aimed at lowering health care costs for some Americans over the coming years. It includes an expansion of association health plans in an effort to reduce premiums and provide funding for cost-sharing subsidies for lower-income people enrolled in the Affordable Care Act. Speaking at the White House, President Trump says that people should have the power to buy their own health insurance.
I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance.
This new bill does not address expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. Yesterday, 4 Republicans joined Democrats in the effort to extend them, but a vote will not happen until next month. That means those tax credits will lapse, causing annual premiums to spike for enrollees on January 1st. Our brand new WRAL documentary on 1 year of Bill Belichick at UNC premieres tonight. We'll get into all of the drama on and off the field. The UNC Board of Trustees have been accused of meddling in the hiring process. But trustee John Pryor told our Kristen Severance this was ultimately Chancellor Lee Roberts' hire.
My role here was just to try and get people to take seriously that Coach Belichick was interested in the job.
But you were then stripped, or the board was then stripped of some of its power.
Yes. Approval authority was taken away from the Board of Trustees after Coach Belichick was hired.
We'll explain why, even after a losing season, some UNC officials are still hopeful, while others in the college football world are not convinced. You can watch Coaching Carolina the Belichick Way tonight at 7:30 on WRAL. Well, time now is 8:11, braving the airport. People across the country getting ready to make their way out of town for the holidays. What you need to know to make your trip as smooth as possible. Plus, a downtown makeover. The multi-million-dollar plans being set in motion for a popular part of Apex. Grant.
Yeah, it's a WRAL weather alert day. The best chance for rain starting this evening, so that could impact your evening commute. We could see anywhere from about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So some much needed rain for our area. We'll talk more about those rain chances hour by hour through the rest of the day today through Friday morning, and also what to expect for your holiday shopping this weekend. That's coming up.
And here are your winning Powerball numbers: 25, 33, 53, 62, 66. The Powerball is 17. The multiplier is 4. No jackpot winner last night. Saturday's jackpot is $1.5 billion.
8:15 now on this Thursday morning, watching Dual Doppler 5000. This will be a lot more active later today, but we have some light showers now working their way north closer to Sampson and Cumberland County, so you could see some spotty light rain this morning and through early in the afternoon. The best chance, though, will be closer to the evening commute and into the early morning hours on Friday. I want to show you the forecast wind gusts, though. These will pick up as we head throughout the day today and into early tomorrow, up to around 10 to 20 miles per hour by late today. Then by tomorrow morning, we could see gusts up to 20 to 30 miles per hour. Some higher gusts up to 30 to 40 miles per hour are possible through the morning tomorrow, but then these will gradually calm throughout the day, around 20 by the afternoon and evening, then lowering into the late evening tomorrow. Also going to be a cold start Saturday. I'll let you know how chilly it will be to start the day coming up.
Happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. Here's what it looks like in that southern loop of the Beltline. Things are really beginning to really improve as we take a live look at I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road this morning. The westbound lanes moving away from us. And right now, in that southern loop of the Beltline, you're looking at a 6-minute delay. No delays, though, if you're coming in from Garner, Johnston County, between Highway 36 and the Beltline. And things have definitely gotten a lot better if you're accessing I-40 with the help of Wade Avenue. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. The mad rush to head out of town for the holidays is just about to start, and TSA is getting ready for the spike in passengers. Between December 20th and New Year's Day, AAA predicts that 8 million people will be taking domestic flights. That's a more than 2% increase over last year. TSA's head of security at Reagan National Airport says his agency is prepared for the surge in travelers.
We do expect a significant increase in holiday travel during this holiday period. We cover about 15 days over the 3 holidays that we celebrate together. But we don't expect any major rushes through the airports. We're well prepared to help you and your traveling companions through safely and efficiently.
And a few things that you should know if you plan to travel with gifts. TSA recommends putting your gifts in boxes or bags that are easy to disassemble. And if an alarm is triggered, you'll have to unwrap that gift. Electronic gifts can travel in a carry-on. Baked goods are also allowed, but those liquids, they need to be packed in a checked bag. You can check the TSA or FAA's websites for a full list of restrictions. And despite a slight increase in travel nationwide, holiday travel at Charlotte Douglas International is expected to be noticeably lower than last year. Officials are projecting more than 2.5 million travelers between now and January 4th. That's roughly a double-digit percentage drop compared to the last holiday period. Nick Reiner is being held without bail today after being charged in the death of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. Reiner made his first court appearance yesterday but did not enter a plea. He has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. His attorney called the deaths a devastating tragedy, adding that these are complex issues related to the case. Rob and Michelle's other children, Jake and Romy, released a statement saying they are in unimaginable pain and are asking for respect and privacy. Nick Reiner's arraignment is scheduled for January 7th. Well, the DMV is getting nearly 150 new driver's license examiners. A graduation ceremony was held in Rocky Mount yesterday. Governor Stein was the guest speaker, and he spoke about the mini budget that he signed into law 2 months ago, allowing more people to renew and get their licenses online. DMV Commissioner Paul Tyne says this is a big step toward eliminating long lines and wait times.
The legislature and the governor recognized that we needed additional resources, and they stepped up immediately, and I'm very much appreciative of that. But we've got lots more work to do. We've got to improve our processes. We've got to improve our website to make it easier for our folks to engage with us. There's all sorts of things that we need to do, but we're up to the challenge.
This was the DMV's largest graduating class so far. These examiners will now serve customers at DMV offices all across the state. We're giving you a live look at Apex this morning, where the mayor has announced plans for a downtown street makeover. The Apex Town Council awarded the Salem Street streetscape contract. The makeover will transform North Salem Street with new walkways, lighting, trees, and a pedestrian-friendly design. Brown Construction Company won the bidding at $4.7 million. That's $2 million more than the project's original estimate. We spoke with Apex Mayor Jacques Gilbert about why they decided to move forward with the project.
We have committed to this project, and it's about, do we move forward or do we back up, punt, and look at a redesign? And we all agree that's not the way we want to go. We have some momentum now, and we have downtown business owners who are really depending on us to move forward in a certain period of time.
And Gilbert says that delays and inflation caused the prices to go up. He said that if they did not act now, the prices would only get higher. Construction should begin in January and last through October. So it's going to be so beautiful. I cannot wait to see that. All right, I'm here now with the meteorologist Grant Skinner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. It is a WRAL Weather Alert Day, and we issue that for later on today.
That's right. So we have it in place because by the evening commute, we'll have an increased chance for rain. So that could lead to some slick spots on the roadways. So you want to be careful out there. Okay. Now, the rain will last through early tomorrow, but I don't think it'll have much of an impact on the morning commute tomorrow morning. Maybe a couple of spotty showers left over. But again, those rain chances really pick up by the evening commute. They last through tomorrow morning. It will also be breezy as well, especially by tomorrow morning. We could see some gusts up to 25 to as high as 40 mile per hour wind gusts. So we could see some very sporadic power outages. So watch out for that through tomorrow morning. And then by Saturday morning, it'll be cold. Now, I'm not talking about earlier this week cold, where it was, a low of 14 with a wind chill of 8. Not going to be like that, but it will be chillier into Saturday morning and then warming up as we head throughout the rest of the weekend. So if you're doing some holiday shopping, it should be a nice weekend for that. RDU, you can see plenty of cloud cover is moving to the area. That's going to stay in place all the way through today ahead of our rain chance. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s right now, 38 in Raleigh and Durham, 34 Roxborough, 42 in Fayetteville, 39 degrees in Goldsboro. The rain chances, again, start lower. Just some spotty showers through 2 p.m., then steadily increase up to an 80% chance by 7 p.m., so that could impact your evening commute. and that will last through the early morning hours on Friday, up to a 90% chance, 10, 11 o'clock. By around 2 a.m. it starts to drop off, but still a few spotty showers left over during the morning commute. We could see anywhere from around a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain, but if we get some heavier downpours, that could lead to some locally higher amounts, maybe some ponding on the roadway. So watch out for that through tomorrow morning. Again, WRAL weather alert day for that evening commute impact once the front passes. Chilly to start the day on Saturday, but then in the 50s and 60s this weekend, and staying warmer in the 50s and 60s through Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
By checking the morning commute, let's take a spin around the Beltline, shall we? And we start on that northern loop of the Beltline as we take a live look at I-440 and New Bern Avenue. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us at a nice steady clip. Similarly, that southern loop of the Beltline, things are beginning to ebb and flow there on that southern loop of the Beltline. Those are the westbound lanes moving away from us. Like a couple of minutes ago, traffic was flowing nicely. Now it's beginning to get jammed up again. But really and truly, you're looking at maybe a 1 to 3 minute delay, because once you get past the Gorman Street exit, it's clear sailing all the way to Cary and all points west. The other troubled spot this morning, you're coming in from Wake Forest. It's just a 5-minute delay. There's a situation on I-540 that I'm keeping an eye on. I'll let you know about that coming up in less than 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Ken. Kitchen gift ideas, from Dutch ovens to knife sets and mixers. 5 on Your Side has the highest rated presents this holiday season.
Stay safe with the latest WRAL Weather Alert Day info. Get up to the minute weather and traffic conditions when you get in your car. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM, in Durham 96.5 FM, and everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. Time now is 8:26. I'm Michelle McConaughey. It is a WRAL Weather Alert Day for later on. Meteorologist Grant Skinner here to tell you why.
Yeah. Good chance for rain later today with the cold front making its way through the area. Scattered showers will be possible ahead of a cold front. It's chilly this morning, starting in the 30s and 40s, but then by this afternoon we'll reach the 60s. We'll have increased cloud cover throughout the day. The best chance of rain by the evening commute. That's why we have a WRAL Weather Alert Day, and then will last through very early Friday. But once that front passes, it'll be breezy at first, but then we'll have some drier and chillier air to start the weekend.
I'm checking the morning commute right now. That northern loop of the Beltline looking really good right now. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us, but all lanes east and westbound on that northern loop flowing nicely in all directions. As far as routes coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area, the real troubled spot, US 1 coming in from Wake Forest. There's also a crash on I-540 in those westbound lanes not far from the Glenwood Avenue exit, causing quite a bit of delays. I would actually recommend just using the Beltline as an alternate route at this hour.
Thank you, Ken. We are waiting on new numbers this morning that will give us an idea of how inflation is affecting people this holiday season. The latest CPI report is due out at 8:30. Economists are expecting inflation will stay about the same, around 3%. And Durham educators will meet with the school board today to push for policy changes. The Durham Association of Educators say they plan to address policies for raising grievances, bereavement leave, and pay. Next on Fox 50, time is running out to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time. We have the important deadlines you need to know. And coming up on Today, a Charlie Brown Christmas turns 60.
WRAL Weather Alert Day. Radar is quiet right now, but this will certainly be more active later today. I'll let you know how it'll impact your evening commute and how long the rain lasts.
And measles at RDU. Health officials say an infected person traveled through the airport. What to do if you could be exposed. And plus, a new inflation report today will learn how much more you are paying for everyday items, the rising costs ahead of holiday celebrations. That report due out any minute now. We will have that live for you as soon as it comes down. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Michelle McConaughey. Let's get back over to meteorologist Grant Skinner, because it is a WRAL Weather Alert Day. Some people might walk out the door and say, for what? Where's the rain? It's coming.
Right. Maybe a couple of spotty showers this morning, but for the most part, quieter during the early part of the day. A couple more spotty showers by the afternoon, but the best chance will be by this evening during the evening commute. That's why we have a WRAL weather alert day, because it could impact your evening commute today. And that will last through the overnight hours. And we could see anywhere from around 1/2 inch of rain to 3/4 inch of rain. So this is going to be some much needed rain for our area that we'll see during the overnight hours and into early tomorrow. Here's your hour-by-hour rain chances for today. A 20% chance through 2 o'clock. So mainly just scattered cloud cover. A couple of spotty showers can't be ruled out, though. Then once the warm front lifts north, that passes first. Rain chances will steadily increase with more scattered showers possible. Then the highest rain chance late today. Temperatures actually climb close to 60 degrees once that front passes. And will stay at around 60 overnight tonight, so staying mild. A good chance for rain as well. We'll talk more about these rain chances with Futurecast coming up in just a little bit, and also more about how much rain we could see across the area. That's coming up.
All right, checking the morning commute right now. Let's take a live look at the northern loop of the Beltline, specifically the I-440 area around the New Bern Avenue exit. Traffic flowing nicely in all directions. Those are the westbound lanes moving away from us this morning. Similarly, on that southern loop of the Beltline, traffic actually moving at a nice steady clip. Seeing a little bit of a slowdown in those westbound lanes, but really nothing that's going to make you late this morning. As right now, the view, give you a look at the big picture right now. The thing we're following is this crash on I-540 in those westbound lanes, not far from the Glenwood Avenue exit, causing some huge delays. I would actually recommend, depending on where you are, just taking the Beltline as an alternate east-west route. Right now, you're looking at a 4-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest and US 1. Things have gotten a lot better if you're coming in from Knightdale, just a 1-minute delay coming in to the Raleigh County area. And I'm seeing a little bit of a delays on US 1 north around Highway 55 Williams Road there in Apex, but really just a 2-minute delay coming into the Raleigh County area. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Thank you, Ken. Breaking news, a water main break in Fayetteville could force a major intersection to be closed for several days. Fayetteville police say the break at Rose Hill Road and Ramsey Street happened around 10:30 last night. Traffic is being detoured around that intersection. A health alert if you have traveled through RDU recently. Authorities say someone with measles came through Terminal 2 on the morning of December 10th. This comes in the middle of the holiday travel season. If you were at the airport between 4 and 8 a.m. on December 10th, health officials say you should monitor yourself for symptoms until January 1st. And if you think you are infected, do not leave your house unless you are getting medical help. Doctors say vaccination is the #1 proven way to prevent infection. If someone chooses not to get vaccinated, they should avoid public gatherings. For the first time this season, North Carolina reports a pediatric flu death. The child was one of 2 deaths reported in the last week. That brings the statewide death toll so far this season to 11. Hospitalizations also went up. 480 people are now being treated for the flu. The last flu season was North Carolina's deadliest on record, with more than 544 deaths. Five of them were children. In the next couple of minutes, we'll get more insight into how inflation is impacting the holiday season. Whether you're doing last-minute gift shopping or buying ingredients for a family meal, you may be paying more this year. Prices for foods like bread, bacon, and chicken breasts have gone up in the last year. Average orange juice prices have gone up on more than $1 since 2024. That's according to data collected by NBC News. Economists are expecting that inflation will remain about the same, around 3%.
A lot of folks are complaining that their traditional Christmas dinners are going to be a bit more expensive this year, especially if you stay away from the turkey and buy things like beef, because those prices have been rising steadily and continue to rise.
And right now, details on that latest report with Ken in the WRAL Live Center. Ken.
Saying all morning long, as soon as those numbers came out, we'll be having them right here in the WRAL Live Center. Take a look at the headlines right now in CNBC News that dropped just in the last 5 minutes. This is a delayed report, but it shows that the CPI report shows an increase of 2.7%, which is actually lower than expected. When you look at the numbers, analysts were expecting that increase to be up above 3.1%, but at 2.7%, it's coming in a little lower. Of course, the Federal Reserve will be looking at these numbers to determine if any interest rates could happen in the near future. We'll be digging into these numbers a little bit more. Of course, Maribel Abel will have a lot more in our 9 o'clock hour right here on Fox 50.
Thank you, Ken. Well, once you get those holiday gifts, you have to be quick about sending them. WRAL's Ali Calabar is at the Avon Ferry Post Office this morning. And Ali, the shipping deadline is here for those wanting to make sure packages arrive by Christmas.
Yeah, we have a lot of dates approaching, so listen up. As for USPS customers, those that are mailing the ground shipping, that deadline has passed. But you can still mail with priority mail service. That ends today. And you have until December 20th for Priority Mail Express. USPS says they've ramped up their services to make sure your packages get to your loved ones in time for Christmas Day. They say that they even ramped up the number of packages they can handle per day by more than 20 million.
Over the past 5 years, we've made a lot of significant improvements. We've installed more than 600 high-speed package sorting machines throughout the country. Many of those are right here in North Carolina. So it's one of those things that we're well prepared.
Amazon Prime customers and shoppers, listen up. You have until December 22nd. Non-Prime customers' deadline passed, but you can order by the 20th with expedited shipping. Walmart's next day delivery cutoff is 12:30 p.m. on December 23rd, and Target recommends today for standard shipping and December 22nd for premium. Now, UPS 3-day domestic ground shipping ends tomorrow, and then FedEx Express ends Saturday. So make sure you go and check out all of our shipping deadlines. A lot of dates, but the thing is they're quickly approaching. That's on WRAL.com. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Calabar, WRAL News.
We are trying to learn new information this morning about a police investigation in Goldsboro. The WRAL breaking news tracker was at the scene early this morning on Brown Rig Street near North George Street. Officers left that scene just before 3 a.m. We are working to learn more details about why the officers were there. President Trump is giving members of the military an early holiday gift. In his national address last night, the president announced more than 1 million service members will be receiving a check. He called it a warrior dividend. Trump credits tariffs for bringing in money to the nation, but he did not directly say how the initiative would be funded.
In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776.
And President Trump is expected to visit North Carolina tomorrow. He plans to speak in Rocky Mount. Today is the 6th day in the manhunt for the Brown University shooter. Providence police do not know the identity of that person in this case. Yesterday, authorities released a map showing where the gunman went immediately after the shooting. We also learned that the school is unable to provide names of students who were there at the time of the shooting because it was a voluntary study session. This morning, a third shooting victim is home from the hospital. 6 others are still hospitalized. Well, the Powerball is going up again to an estimated $1.5 billion. There were no jackpot winners in last night's drawing. That means the jackpot on Saturday will be the 5th largest in the game's history. The cash value will be more than $686 million. So here's a look at last night's winning numbers: 25, 33, 53, 62, and 66. The Powerball is 17. The Power Play multiplier is 4. You can watch Saturday night's drawing on WRAL right before our 11 o'clock news. The NC State football team is in Tampa, Florida for tomorrow's Gasparilla Bowl. The Wolfpack will play the Memphis Tigers. NC State is favored to win, but head coach Dave Doran says this game is about development for next year.
And it isn't a kind of a platform for you to go into off-season conversations, because 9 more practices, and what did those mean? What did you learn? How can you grow? These are things we saw that we think that you can do better. And so, that's what this is all about.
Kickoff for the game is tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. Well, it's been 1 year of Bill Belichick as the head coach at Carolina, and tonight we'll get into the headlines and drama in a brand new documentary. WRAL documentary investigator Kristen Severance and the WRAL sports team pulled back the curtain on the hiring process. You can watch Coaching Carolina the Belichick Way tonight at 7:30 on WRAL. Coming up, gifts for the kitchen. If you're considering cookware this holiday season, you'll want to stick around. 5 on your side shares the must-have items with the best durability. Plus, resolution votes failed. The House voted on 2 items challenging the Trump administration's actions, their plan to prevent military involvement in Venezuela. And we are tracking those rain chances for you. This is a live look at Sanford right now. No rain at the moment, but it is a WRAL weather alert day for potential showers during the evening commute. Meteorologist Grant Skinner times out the rain just ahead.
.44 now on this Thursday morning, watching for rain to start to move into the mountains here, if it's not already there, here very shortly. Also have plenty of cloud cover there, and that will stay there throughout the course of the day today before finally clearing once the front passes into tomorrow. An 80% rain chance for Asheville, Bryson City, and Boone. Temperatures in the 40s in Boone today, in the 50s towards the southern mountains, so definitely going to be a little bit on the chilly side, but not quite as chilly as what we'll see tomorrow after the front passes. A high of 45 in Asheville, down to 35 for the high in Boone, and it will be breezy as well, so that wind chill will definitely be a factor into the daytime tomorrow. Wind chill is likely dropping into the 20s if you're headed towards the mountains for the start of the weekend. Here, we'll see that increased rain chance starting this evening. We'll talk more about the WRAL weather alert day, the reasoning for that, and how long the rain lasts coming up in just a bit.
All right, Grant, that situation here in the WRAL Traffic Center, that crash on I-540 that I've been telling you about in those westbound lanes between Glenwood Avenue and Creedmoor Road has cleared, but we're still seeing a little bit of a lingering delays, but nothing that's going to make you late this morning. As for other major routes coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area, looking at a 5-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest, and just a 2-minute delay on I-87 coming in out of Nightdale.
All right, thank you, Ken. The Red Cross is helping more than a dozen people after a fire at a Super 8 motel in Durham. Sky 5 was over the scene on Guest Road yesterday. Nobody was hurt. Investigators say an electrical issue in a space above the second floor started that fire. And this morning, we are getting more information about a house fire in Durham. 4 people are now without a home. The fire broke out just after 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Firefighters saw fire coming through the roof when they got there. Luckily, nobody was hurt. The cause is under investigation. And some of the most sought after gifts each holiday season are items that most of us use daily. We're talking about kitchen items. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe shares some of the top picks this year.
Consumer Reports experts curated a Buy It for Life kitchen guide with recommendations for the right tools and appliances that can deliver great performance for years. This OXO stainless steel cookware set is an indulgent splurge, and it earned top marks in CR's performance and durability tests. Or consider a kitchen must-have, the Dutch oven.
A Dutch oven's a great gift because many of them are built to last a lifetime, and they're just really versatile. They can be used to marinate food in the fridge, they can go to the stovetop, in the oven, and they're beautiful, so you can also serve from them.
CR's tests found that Lodge's essential enamel cast iron Dutch oven with a limited lifetime warranty offers performance similar to Le Creuset's Dutch oven for a fraction of the price. Processors, stand mixers, and blenders, always great gifts as well. The Vitamix 5200 blender consistently earns the top spot in CR's tests. In addition to its stellar performance and durability, it's reliable, and Vitamix owners tell CR they love their blenders. For bakers, consider new cookie sheets like these durable ones from Nordic Ware. Finally, since you can never have too many knives, this chef's knife from Henkel's is a great buy starting at $40. Other ideas from CR experts: if you're looking for white elephant gifts or stocking stuffers, kitchen towels, oven mitts, wine bottle openers, or stainless steel measuring cups. Ashley Rowe, 5 on your side.
WRAL Investigates found top public officials in Wilson are among victims of an identity theft scheme. The suspect is the wife of a Wilson police officer. Heather Robinson faces 190 charges related to identity theft, insurance fraud, and practicing medicine without a license. The mayor and police chief both received weight loss medications from her without knowing that she was doing it illegally. The mayor shares what went through his mind when he learned about the charges.
I thought it was impossible. When I read all of those charges, I was like, impossible. I mean, I read it probably 2 or 3 times because it didn't fit the person.
We reached out to both Robinson and her husband, who still works for the Wilson Police Department. We have not heard back. Well, the president of the Wake Forest Chamber is resigning. A statement from the board of directors says President Jim Thompson plans to pursue other interests. He was hired by the town in April of this year. Tisha Baker Lowe will step in as interim president. The chamber has had multiple presidents in the past 2 years, including Elizabeth Simpers, who resigned in 2024. She was later charged with embezzling more than $69,000 of the chamber's money and using it for personal expenses. Well, the U.S. House rejected 2 resolutions challenging military actions targeting Venezuela. The first resolution directed President Trump to pull back troops until Congress approves a declaration of war. It failed despite backing from 2 Republicans and most Democrats. Another resolution specifically mentioned hostilities with Venezuela. The House rejected that policy along party lines during last night's session. Time for a look at what's trending. An iconic holiday movie role almost went to a different actress. Zooey Deschanel is opening up about how she almost was not in the holiday classic Elf. In a recent episode of Call Her Daddy podcast, she said the role of Jovi was originally offered to Katie Holmes. Deschanel says that Holmes turned down the role because of a scheduling conflict, and the rest is history. The comedy starring her and Will Ferrell went on to become an instant holiday classic for so many people. I love this movie. It never, ever gets old.
One of my favorites for sure. I mean, everything about it is just incredible.
It's amazing. And I'm so glad that Zoe actually got that role. But today's a good day to maybe sit inside and watch a movie, right?
Yeah, I'd say later today especially. Yeah,
yes.
Instead of, I'll probably get the Christmas shopping done earlier today instead of late today, because you have a good chance for rain, especially closer to the evening commute. So hopefully you can get home a little bit earlier, because that rain will really start to move in closer to 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. If you can, make sure you have the rain gear handy if you have to be out and about, because you have a good chance of rain ahead of this cold front. That front passes by late Friday morning. And then we have some chillier air for the start of the weekend, but that doesn't last too long. And I'll explain why here in a second. You can see our WRAL weather alert day is in place because of that rain impacting the evening commute. Temperatures in the 60s for a lot of spots today, so it will be warmer as a warm front lifts north ahead of that cold front. We could have some spotty showers as well through the afternoon, but most places stay dry when we'll just have increased cloud cover. Then by around 5:15, you can see the rain chances steadily start to increase. They start to move to the north and east through the area, through Southern Pines, Fayetteville by around 5, 6 o'clock. Could see some minor variations in the timing of when the majority of the rain moves in, but as of now, it looks like closer to the evening commute is when we'll start to see that rain move in. Now, closer to 10, 11 o'clock, the rain will become more widespread, and we could see pockets of moderate to heavy rain. This is what I was talking about late in the day. We'll probably want to be inside watching a movie, just staying indoors. This will be nice sleeping weather as well, because it'll be consistent rain that lasts through the morning hours. Around 1, 2 a.m. we'll see some moderate to heavy rain. And then by around 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, it will start to break up. As the cold front's actually swinging through, we could see some spotty showers left over through the morning commute. But for the most part, much of the rain will be done, and the clouds will move out. By around 9, 10 a.m., we'll see more sunshine, and even more sunshine by later in the day. So high of 61, it's going to be very early in the day that we'll see that high of 61. The temperatures gradually drop off. A chilly start in the day Saturday, and a high of 54 on Saturday with more sunshine. Then by Sunday, a high of 62 degrees, and those winds will eventually calm down. It will be breezy during the first part of the day tomorrow, but they'll eventually calm down as we head through the end of the day Friday into the weekend. Look at that, above average through Christmas week, so definitely going to see those warmer temperatures, highs sitting in the 60s. Once again by Sunday, then cooler for Monday. Another cold front passes through. Not expecting any rain chance from that, but down to 49 by Monday, up to 63 by Wednesday. Should stay in the 50s and 60s by Christmas Eve and at Christmas Day, so definitely a warmer trend, but highest rain chance, evening commute this evening all the way through tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you, Grant. Before we go to break, here are your winning lottery numbers. We'll get another check on weather and traffic coming up next.